Did you know the Niagara Parks Botanical Gardens has a vegetable garden? And you can sample some of their vegetables at their local restaurants? Well, the proof, my friends, is in the zucchini.
Yes, right now we're standing at the Niagara Parks School of Horticulture and Botanical Gardens. We are here in our vegetable gardens. The school started out originally as a working farm and we've continued that process. But what you have here in front of us is the students. This is their vegetable plots and we're growing and producing vegetables for the kitchen as well as the students themselves.
Talk about their day-to-day responsibilities.
So day to day, we have two groups of students. We have student supervisors who will actually run the area. So one student supervisor runs the whole gardens and kind of plans the day and the resources. And the other students will actively work in the garden. So watering, fertilizing, maintaining the vegetables, and then harvesting and delivering to all our kitchens across the parkway. So our students are involved in every process of our vegetable garden. So we meet in the winter with the chefs and we set out the design. So originally it's based on our frame of design, and then we meet with the chefs, we pitch it to them, and then they come back and they tell us what they require to kind of match their menu. So we work together throughout the winter through several meetings to come up with a design concept. And then from there, the students then work with our greenhouse production where they're growing and producing the vegetables, and eventually they are installing them and maintaining them in the beds.
So this design concept was actually thought about, I guess, would it be 6 months ago or a year ago before it was actually planted? Is that right?
The goal is to be 2 years in advance. So usually we're planning well in advance, 2 winters before it's actually being implemented. So then, like I said, we're working not only with our culinary teams, but we also need to work with our production teams in terms of purchasing seed and plant material to grow it and produce it.
Nick, take us through the garden. What are we growing here?
Sure, so behind us we have the cucurbit bed. So each bed that we have is kind of rotated through. So we have all our zucchinis, our melons, squash, things like that. And it gets switched up based on the chef preferences each year.
Can you tell me what's doing well and what's maybe needs some help this year?
Yeah, so a lot of our things in the cucurbit bed, so squash, zucchini, it's in hot, humid weather, it kind of it flags, so the leaves get droopy. They don't do as well, but they still bounce back. We still get a harvest from them.
Nick, how did you get the green thumb?
You know, it's actually vegetable gardening that got me into it. My dad had a big vegetable garden, and I kind of helped him a lot, and then I got more into it, and eventually that progressed into learning more about horticulture, so yeah.
Grimsby native Keir Blake says growing up in West Niagara, especially near the escarpment, was a big advantage.
Absolutely. I love the escarpment so much. I spend almost every weekend out there with my dad. He taught me how to hike and climb there when I was only like 4 years old, just doing nice long hikes like that.
What's your day-to-day responsibilities here?
So I'm coming into my third year. I'm about to finish my semester here at the school this summer. So I'm coming into my third year, which is all about management, being a supervisor of the grounds, taking on new roles, and teaching the first years.
Supervisor. We all have one of those. What does supervising entail?
It's about delegating tasks. You get tasks from your curator of the area, and you kind of pick and choose which is the most priority for a guest experience. And then you delegate those tasks out to the people you're working with, and you help out there, teach them their own tasks as well. And it's all about kind of imparting that wisdom that you have.
Talk about the teamwork aspect of this.
It's imperative. I can't stress how much I need my team just to kind of get through the week, or there's a new deadline coming up for guests coming through for a wedding or something along those lines. So it's all about teamwork and getting tasks done in a manageable amount of time.
Maddox, how did you get the green thumb?
Well, I'd have to say that's my grandmother. Through COVID and growing up, my grandmother was always a big part of my life. There was always gardens and flowers and veggies and herbs growing in her backyard, and I always had a good part growing that. So I'd say it was my grandmother.
I'm assuming when you're a student, being here in the morning is sort of essential. Is that right?
Yes, we have to be on time, ready to work, but we're excited when we come here.
What's the best part about working at the Botanical Gardens?
Well, we're at the Niagara Parks Botanical Gardens. That's the best part. There's always very cool flowers, very cool trees that we get to kind of learn from and see their growth cycles, which is really exciting. There's not many opportunities that you get to be in a place like this, so it's definitely the grounds here that I'm most thankful for.
What's your day-to-day responsibilities?
I'm a gardener here, so we rotate throughout the gardens. I have been working in the veg plots with maintenance over the summer. I just finished hedging Well, we just did all of our hedges. I've been in the arboretum too. That's one of the really great parts about being a student here. You get a very good grasp of almost all concepts of horticulture.
Now, I'm assuming it's very hands-on, but there's a theoretical component to it too as well?
Oh yes, very intense, but we're here for it. We learn on the grounds as well. So there's a practical component, and then we learn kind of in the classroom as well. There's a lot of theory in horticulture. So we learn kind of the botanics of plants. We learn design as well. Kind of all aspects of horticulture we get a good part of.
What's probably, in the time you've been here, what's probably the one thing that you really didn't know that you really caught on, which you like really learned that you didn't know before?
A lot of, you know what, it's the practical aspect of horticulture that I don't think you get anywhere else other than right here. I didn't know how to start a small engine coming into the school. I didn't know how to hedge or plant things properly or space plants well. And in learning those things here, it's really going to set me up for my future.
Looking at the garden itself, I mean, we obviously have the vegetables to eat, but there's some beautifying here too, is that right?
So a little bit of the beautifying is aesthetic, but it's also functional. So one of the big things the chefs were really interested in was edible flowers. So that gave us an opportunity to look at the border beds as well as adding a bit of color. So some of the plants you'll see like nasturtium and marigold, some of it is edible flower, but it's also to ward off a lot of pest problems we may see with vegetables.
Last but not least, how are the students doing?
The students are doing fantastic. This by far is one of our best years for our vegetable production. We had emails yesterday from the chefs just thanking us for how happy they are this program is working out. So we're producing large yields right now for the kitchens. And again, just the aesthetic of the gardens alone, the guests are commenting on, and it's exciting. Primarily, we've been growing for all the restaurants across. So you have Table Rock, you have Queenston Heights, you have QVP. So right now we're primarily supporting the restaurants as well as the students here. They have their own culinary team here on site that they also support. At times when we do have extra, we're donating to food banks as well.
So the next time you're dining at a Niagara Parks restaurant and you see vegetables on your plate, you can thank these guys. In Niagara Falls for The Source, I'm Anthony Luongo. We'll trade. Got him.